Welcome to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Christina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. To our viewers at home, you know that you've been following us weekly and that we've been talking about financial wellness. Well, there are some bedrocks to follow to truly be financially secure. We're going to uncover some of those today, maybe some lessons that your parents instilled in you. So stay with us. Today is all about the fundamentals of solid financial planning. Christina, how are you today?
Great to be here with you always, my dear bestest buddy.
My bestest buddy. I love time together with you, especially in the studio, because we have so much fun. You're talking about such amazing information that the viewers need to hear, but we blend it with humor and just fun as well, which is great.
Well, conversation continues. A lot of people have made that comment. They're like, you all are just up there having fun. It's a great, silly show. Well, this is how we are all the time.
All the time.
We're a little bit more off the hinge, off camera.
That is true. That is true. Our phone calls and our text messages, we just go anywhere. Well, when you think about financial wellness, obviously there are some bedrocks that you can follow, if you will. And I know that our parents instilled great values in us. I love this first one. Spend less than you earn. And can I share with you, my parents were so good about this. They told me from a very early age, if you can't buy this with cash, you don't need it. And I think that was so solid, because maybe I could spend money on something, but if it was going to break the bank or empty my piggy bank, it was like, do I want to do that? No.
Right. I've lived through some situations where we were hungry when we were kids. I mean, that's difficult.
Yes, you have.
And you don't feel the same about money and about things that you need. When I very first started to learn about money, I wasn't taught. And yes, I understood very simple things like you can't spend more than what you earn, because that's just simple math. But I learned those needs need to come first.
Absolutely.
The wants are not there until significantly later. And I think that there's an unrealistic expectation these days that the young ones just jump out of college and you're going to get into that dream home and have those amazing automobiles to drive, and you're going to have that perfect little family and your doggies or whatever it is. That's not true. I mean, I don't see most folks until up into their mid-40s and even mid-50s or 60s that are able to get to that point, because you have to earn it.
Sure.
It takes time. It doesn't take just a few years to earn that. It takes nearly half of your life.
Yes.
And having those milestones and that appreciation, I really love how Warren Buffett still lives in his first home that he ever bought and paid off that mortgage. I think that's so cool.
He's so modest. He's the one that always instills that. Do not spend too much. Save. Be a saver. Make sure that you're not going crazy.
Yes. And having that home taken care of, having just your basic needs, your basic expenses. Folks, I've been in the residential rental property business for a while, and it's messy. It's not something that I want to jump back into. And sold that, built my dream home, and then I've jumped into the commercial realm. Well, one of the things that I noticed that's good bedrock financial is that you need to strategize a little bit different, especially financially, and using leverage versus using capital is different. And so when we're having life lessons like this, and it's much later in life, I'm so grateful for these lessons, because it's actually made me shift a little bit more in my clients' portfolios, because I want to help them understand how we can make more by saving more, not necessarily by earning more.
Makes perfect sense. Christina, this next one, and this is so important, building an emergency fund, because life happens. You need to have something that you can pull from just in case. What are your thoughts on the emergency fund?
We talk about all these little numbers that are just sage advice, if you will. 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses being saved up in an accessible account. Folks, I want to give you a number. This is a pretty good round one. I think $10,000 in savings is a really good solid number, because a lot of times if you have an emergency maintenance can also be an emergency, like something major at your home or your automobile could have a major repair, engine or transmission, something. And sometimes health or family situations. A lot of times that 10,000 emergency is going to cover that. And then a lot of times that also covers essentials for at least 3 months for most households. Essentials.
Essentials.
Not mortgage and all those type of things, just essentials.
Okay.
And having that first, not saying that that's all you should have, but getting that first is going to give you at least that little bit of cushion and that peace of mind that you're looking for. Then build that emergency or that savings fund up. Make sure you're letting that money make money. Don't just leave it sitting in a savings account. Use a high yield savings account or maybe some CDs or money market. Make sure that that money is making money. You're not just letting it sit there and erode away with inflation.
Most definitely. And Christina, this next one, use credit wisely. And this is a big one. I know a lot of people think I'm just going to get it now because I can pay for it later or pay for it next month. But what happens when that snowballs just literally out of control?
I'm seeing this more than ever, especially because inflation has taken such a toll during COVID that people were putting the difference over on credit cards.
Yes.
And this has become messy. It's not uncommon for me to see someone come in with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of credit card debt. I've even seen up to $200,000 in credit card debt. It's so messy and you'll never dig out of it just paying the minimums. Going to these credit card consolidation companies is a really bad idea. It's bad.
Yes.
And when you think about your credit itself, try and stay at 30% or below whatever the limit is. So if you have a $100 limit, stay at $30 or below on that. Try to pay them off every month if you can. That's the most important thing. Try to keep it paid off. If you cannot afford to pay cash for it, you cannot afford it.
Right.
But if it's a need and you do have to put it on that credit card to kind of bridge some difficult times, then do your best to get that paid for first. When you think about your credit itself, good credit helps you get better rates on so many things. And this especially makes a big difference because all of our home and auto insurance has increased. That is based on your credit score. So we want to keep that credit score higher so you can get that lower rate on your home and auto insurance because all the storms have just inflated us. It's ridiculous. And when you are trying to get your credit score up, have low inquiries, make all your payments on time. That's kind of a given right there. And then keep that below 30% debt ratio on whatever your limit is.
Christina, thank you so much. This next one, and you talk about this in your book, The Retirement Train, save for retirement early. Why is that important?
Yes, this is what I teach my boys. I tell them, pay yourself first. My boys are in their mid-20s now, and they're at that point where they want to do what they want to do, and they have a little bit of coin in their pocket, and they want to get out there and spend that and have some fun. Now, my oldest son, he would be a little bit better of a saver, set that money aside, pay himself first. But my youngest one, I mean, he cannot have it. It's going to blow a hole in his pocket. So we put him on an automatic plan to where every time his paycheck comes in, a portion automatically goes over into his savings and his retirement. So if you set something up automatically, that's going to make it a lot easier. And remember, living modestly is the best. And just like your financial health, living modest, it's the same for your physical health, being very modest with what you eat, modest with how you dress, all these type of things. We talk about that, right?
Yes.
Modest is the hottest.
It's true.
Yes. And just being very conservative and modest in that direction is going to help you significantly. And if you learn that from the get-go, you're going to have a successful career.
Absolutely. And Christina, I know there's a very special offer that you have for our clients today. Let's spend some time talking about what that is before we take our first commercial break, please.
So we have all sorts of ways that we would love to offer you information, folks. First off, I would love to offer you a copy of the book, The Retirement Train. We just went over some of these basics in the beginning, and each chapter is a decade through life. And as you're reading into this book and you see all of these amazing chapters that are telling you these little guidelines, little tidbits, it's very easy to understand. We're only giving this away. It's not for sale. You cannot buy it. We would love to give it to you. We would love to bless you with that information. So call the number on the screen, 877-893-5099. If you would like to come in and see us, you would like to talk about taxes, inflation, your budget, whatever it may be, your legacy plan, let's sit down and talk about that. We do have a complimentary retirement plan that we're offering, a written complimentary retirement plan. Sit down, talk about your overall plan, what it is that you need for your retirement to be successful.
Christina, thank you so much. You don't want to miss the opportunity to get a copy of this book. It's a wonderful read. It's easy to understand, and I promise you're going to laugh a little bit in it too. It's just a great read and so amazingly beautiful that Christina is giving this to you today. The number to call is 877-893-5099, 877-893-5099. If you're rushing out the door, we've made it even simpler. Just grab your smartphone, click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. Takes you right to the landing page, of course, of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. Schedule your time with Christina and the team accordingly. And most importantly, receive a copy of The Retirement Train. We'll be right back momentarily. We're talking about some financial fundamentals when we return.
I have yet to see someone come into my firm that actually has a financial plan. So it is my great pleasure to be able to provide that for them. At Powerful Legacy, a financial plan is inclusive of everything retirement. So Social Security timing, tax planning, obviously legacy planning, Medicare. We want to talk about all of your wills, estates, all these items. I have found that most people will say, oh, I'm going to spend less in retirement than they spend more. So putting that entire plan together was the best way to decumulate those funds where you don't run out. It's a puzzle. It's my favorite thing. I love doing this all day, every day.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Christina Ping, CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. We are talking all about some financial fundamentals, if you will. Making sure that you have peace of mind on your retirement journey is what today's show is all about. Christina, you are so passionate about this next topic that we probably could spend the rest of the show on it, but we won't. It's so important to understand taxes before investing, and also talking a little bit about the 401k, the employer match. How do these things go hand in hand for fundamental finance?
Well, we don't want to let taxes drive your decisions, but we also cannot ignore them because they're going to be here no matter what we do. And if you're in those working years and you're contributing to your 401k, you should have Roth 401k available as well. Most of the time, that employer match is not going to be Roth because the taxes have to be paid at today's dollars, and that's just not the way that flows. So let's say that your employer is matching you 3%. At least put in that minimum 3%. Don't leave that free money on the table. That is so important. And when you're talking about this contribution to a 401k, whatever it may be, if you leave a job, don't leave it there. Move it to an IRA, because I'm seeing these younger ones having 5, 7, 10 jobs through their careers.
Yes.
And so take those 401ks and shift them to an IRA. Next thing you know, the IRA has been built up, and it's like you've had a lifelong 401k.
Oh, wow. That's a fabulous idea. Thank you so much for sharing that. Christina, this next one, protect yourself with insurance. Talk a little bit about that. How is that a fundamental for us?
Yes, it's amazing how people want to put insurance on their cell phone more so than their life and their health and all these important things. And what if you have a critical, chronic, or terminal illness that comes about, especially in retirement, folks? This could be financially devastating. So have an insurance to be able to cover that. That's what we're looking for. We want to make sure that you are insured for the worst. That's exactly what that is. I don't like saying that we like to pay insurance, but when insurance has to pay, that's when you know it's absolutely worth it. And we hope it never does. But if it does, we want to make sure that we're prepared.
Most definitely. And I love how you mentioned that people are more interested in paying for their cell phone insurance, if you will, because that is crazy and it's true.
Yes.
So this one ties into how we started the show, but avoid high interest debt like the plague. And wow, that is so easy to get into. You know what's amazing to me? I want to digress for just a moment. Do you remember back in the day when they had the layaway plans?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, was that not the greatest concept in the world?
It was so great, and I had to use it.
Me too.
I had almost nothing when my boys were small, and I remember the toys. A $20 toy felt like $200.
It
was just so much money, and the layaway gave me an opportunity to pay, $5, $6 a week for several weeks and be able to afford that for both of them and have that little toy for Christmas. And,
yes, 100%.
I remember when layaway felt like, if I couldn't get to the final payment and I wasn't going to have what I needed, it was going to feel really yucky. Well, think about that for a moment. Credit card debt, payday loans.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Buy it now and pay later. If you can't afford it now and it's not an absolute need, you don't need it.
That's true.
Just don't. Stop consuming and be aggressive in paying off that debt. We use this method. I'm sure you've heard this in several different places and all these inspirational speakers that talk about debt. Be careful. Don't listen to just blanket advice. But one of the best things you can do is to start with the highest interest first. and pay off that highest interest the most, and then take all the money that you were paying on that high interest and put it on the next down and the next and next. And that will just shrink that debt down. It's kind of like putting it into a funnel and getting that debt completely out of your life. And when you think about debt, folks, remember, avoiding that high interest debt doesn't necessarily mean it's what's best. I'm saying high interest. I want to give a quick example. One of my clients called and wanted to purchase an automobile.
Okay.
And they had saved all their retirement and pre-tax money. So if we were to withdraw $25,000 to purchase an automobile, we'd actually have to pull $32,500.
Okay.
Because we're paying the taxes all up front. Well, if you take the growth at only 4% of $32,500 over just a 60-month period, which is how much the car note would have been, well, then we're talking about almost $12,000 in cost between the taxes and the phantom earnings over that 5 years.
Wow.
Whereas the interest on that automobile note for 60 months was only $5,000.
Okay.
So sometimes it's better to use the bank's money and pay that interest versus using your own capital and paying the taxes at today's dollars and losing that growth.
Absolutely.
So being able to balance that out and see what the break even is, sometimes you can use interest and leverage to your advantage. Just make sure you know the difference.
Most definitely. Christina, this next one, and again, this ties back to Warren Buffett, who we all know and love, but live below your means even when you earn more. And this is so important. When you think about it, how many people are caught up in keeping up with the Joneses? We don't know who those are, the Joneses. But anyway, everyone wants to keep up with the Joneses. And you don't have to. Not to have peace of mind in your retirement. Why is it important to live below your means, Christina?
Live below those means. And everyone's means are different. There are some times that I see folks that come in and they have the best of the best, and they're in so much debt they can't even breathe. They don't know how they're going to make their payments the next month, let alone ever retire. Then I see other folks who also have the best of the best, but they have saved millions. You don't necessarily know just by looking what is that picture. So knowing that most of the time people are going into debt, just be really cautious about that. But living below the means, anytime that you receive a raise or you have an increase in pay in any way, please treat that as if you've never changed your means and just save more. Instead of spending more to accommodate the earnings, save more. So if you get a little 2% raise, cost of living, we know cost of living is going to go up. Let me give you this. Just split that in half. Put half into, you can spend a little bit more because we have had inflation and cost of living increases, and put the other half in savings so that you can be saving for your future self. Pay yourself first. You're the one who earned that money, so get in there and save.
I love that. Thank you, Christina. Definitely pay yourself first. This next one, before we take another commercial break, this is so important. A lot of people don't realize this. Diversify investments. Talk about why that is a basic fundamental. Diversify investments.
So what are the different options for your money? Where can you put your money? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, maybe checking, savings, CDs, money markets, annuities. What are you looking to accomplish? That's what we need to talk about. Don't focus on timing the market, focus on the time in the market and what we're looking for and that risk tolerance thereof. So if you have your money in different places and you're diversified to where if we had a market downturn that you would still be okay in this other bucket, that's what we're looking for to create that. I don't like the word balance, but to create that need being met.
Okay, because how many people come into the office and they feel they're diversified until you really do a deep dive and you're like, no, you're not diversified at all.
Oh my gosh, I've been seeing so much lately that the diversification is extremely low. I mean, not just talking about the sectors, is it cyclical, non-cyclical, what is it? But also looking at the correlation. Sometimes these investments correlate so heavily that you're paying for something multiple times, which makes more fees for the account, but not more for you. So do you really understand the diversification? We run a report called the Morningstar Report.
Okay.
It's wonderful. It gives a full insight to exactly what we're looking for and gives us that true data to be able to answer the questions, are we properly diversified?
And then that gives you an idea if you need to rebalance or not.
Yes.
I love that. I love that so much. Well, it's time for our next commercial break. To our viewers at home, the number to call is on your screen, 877-893-5099, 877-893-5099. What you're calling in for today is a complimentary consultation with Christina and the team. Let them get to know you one-on-one, your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for retirement. Most importantly, do you have a written plan to get you there? If the answer is no, you're being offered that complimentary today. Just come in for the consultation. Let the team get to know you. 877-893-5099. or you can grab your smartphone, click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That's going to be the fast track for you to get on Christina's schedule at Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. The very best part is if you want to receive a copy of her book, The Retirement Train, you have the ability to do so. No obligation whatsoever. Stop by the office, tell her you would like to have a copy, or just call in 877-893-5099. Leave your name, your address, and she would be more than happy to mail you a copy. Spend time with us more in our next segment on Your Powerful Legacy. We'll be right back.
There is no shortage of opinions about annuities. Some people love them, others hate them. But here's what matters. The right annuity in the right situation can solve very specific retirement challenges. Whether it's guaranteed income, market protection, legacy planning, different annuities are built to serve different purposes. The problem is, too many people own annuities that no longer match their goals, or worse, never did. Some have high fees, others come with outdated features, and too often, people buy them without understanding what they're getting. If you have been holding on to an annuity for years, or if you're not sure exactly what you have and how it works for you, now is the time to take a second look. Our complimentary annuity review can help you understand what you own, what it's doing for you, and whether something is better in today's market. Refinance your annuity today and make sure it's working for you, not against you.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Christina Ping. She is CEO of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. We are talking all about the fundamentals of proper financial planning. Thank you for being with us today. Christina, this next one, we know knowledge is power. Number 10, keep learning about money. They don't teach us about money in school. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I love this phrase. I don't know where it came from, so I don't want to steal anybody's thunder here, but financial literacy compounds just like your investments do. Financial literacy is an investment in yourself. I love this. And when you think about what are the ways that you receive financial literacy, maybe the latest books, or maybe a website that you're following, some articles, or maybe you're getting water cooler hot tips from your coworkers or social media, something like that. Please do not listen to friends that do not have the same type of life that you do, because they're doing something totally different. I want to address one of the hot topics at this moment that's going on. Everybody's talking about crypto.
It's true.
Okay, so crypto is a digital currency. And when we invest in crypto, we're looking for a currency hedge like gold, silver, whatever that may be. I do want to ask you a question. Do you know the difference between investing in, or which one should you invest in? Crypto on a blockchain or crypto in an exchange trade fund? If you don't know the answer, you shouldn't be investing at this moment, because one, you could absolutely lose it all.
Wow. So many people are seeking information about this because it's such a hot topic right now. So they can book that consultation and talk to you about it one-on-one.
Well, I just said this to you on the break. I never talk about cryptocurrency on here because I'm not going to fall into these latest trends. We're going to make excellent long-term decisions, not the hottest topic. That's not what's going to win ever. Now, on a personal basis, if you want to take some money and you want to gamble it in a self-managed account, go for it. Have a great time. But you can only put in there what you could absolutely lose everything. And not many people are comfortable losing everything in retirement, that's for sure.
No one I know.
So getting that financial literacy, making sure you understand how something works before you invest in it. Folks, we do have a book called The Retirement Train. Getting a complimentary copy of The Retirement Train can be a first step for many people, just getting that financial literacy right on track. Come jump on the retirement train, choo-choo, and get you a copy of the book. If you don't want to stop by one of our firms in Lexington or Louisville, then please give us a call, leave your address, and we'll drop one in the mail to you. We'd love to give it to you.
I love that, Christina. And obviously this next one ties into, of course, Powerful Legacy, but having an estate plan.
Yes.
So important. Number 11, have an estate plan.
I love talking about estate and legacy planning because I live it. Oh my goodness, my ultimate legacy. My boys are both agents in my firm and progressing every day. I did tell my little grandson that he's going to be a financial advisor one day, and he technically keeps a calculator in his little playhouse, so I think that could happen.
I do too.
But in legacy and estate planning, if you don't have a financial plan and a tax plan, how can you possibly move forward to an estate plan? knowing what are the documents that you need in place, the legal documents to make up an estate plan, whether it's a will, a trust, a power of attorney. What about a living will or a medical attest? What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you need? And folks, there's a lot of fraud going on. Make sure that you have a second set of eyes taking a look at your overall estate plan. Is it safe? Is it going to do exactly what your wishes are when you're not here anymore? That's what we want to answer.
Most definitely. And Christina, finally, I love this. Remember, money buys freedom, not happiness.
Yes, freedom. You know, there is this amazing feeling when you don't have to take a calculator to the grocery store. I remember the first time I felt that. I had just gotten this really awesome paycheck, like one I've never had before in my life. And my boys were small. My youngest one was still in elementary school. And I remember that weekend getting up Saturday morning, we always went to the grocery. And I remember thinking they can pick whatever cereal they want. We're okay. Like that was such a great feeling.
Yes.
And that freedom to purchase what you wanted, something to eat. I mean, that was just such a great feeling.
Yes.
And I want you to be able to have that feeling in retirement, have that freedom to be able to live the life and the lifestyle that you wish, that you desire, that you have worked for your whole life. What a great feeling. I love watching it over and over. I'm just horrifically addicted. I mean, it's just so wonderful to see these people going from this working years to the completely retired, and what a milestone to shut off that paycheck and turn on your life savings. That's scary. But then the other side, the healthier, happier, stress-free, enjoying your life, retired client. That's so wonderful.
It is. It is. And I love today's show. Obviously, these are the fundamentals that we're speaking of, but why is it uncommon knowledge sometimes? Some of these basic ones that we've gone through today, why are people maybe hearing these for perhaps the first time?
Well, I think that a lot of times people have taken knowledge out of the household. They've taken morals and ethics out of the household and kind of shifted it over to the school, which is not happening. I mean, we could jump on this subject over and over. I'm not trying to offend anybody, by the way, but uncommon knowledge, because it's just not been made common in the household. And I think one of the problems is that we look for common knowledge on social media, and it's not correct. There are these 1 in a million people that are marketing things on the internet, taking advantage of that, and they're just not giving you good, sage, realistic, holistic advice. And if you don't understand what it is that you truly need, and you can't meet that need with the knowledge or find the professional to help you, then you just don't have what you need.
Most definitely. Christina, thank you so much as always. To our viewers at home, thank you for spending time with us today on Your Powerful Legacy TV. To receive a copy of Christina's book, completely complimentary, call in today, 877-893-5099, or click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. We spent some time today talking about financial fundamentals, and if you're hearing a lot of these for the first time, book that consultation with her today, 877-893-5099. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed. See you soon.